increases. And two of those scenarios, we also talked about phasing them in. The scenarios range from 58 cents up to 81 cents. At the same work session, we also presented results from our community engagement, which included phone surveys, online surveys, focus group meetings, and regarding the potential tax rate increase. And so from that information and the discussions that we had, what I'd like to present tonight is a recommendation for a 78-cent tax increase. And before I show you those numbers, I just want to give you some more information. Again, our operating fund, most of our revenues come from local sources, 89%, and most of that is property tax revenue. Most of our budget is used for salaries and benefits, 87%. 6% is for program, school program and department budgets, 3% utilities, and then 4% for additional services that we offer, which include property and liability insurance, student transportation, nurses and resource officers, and school food service. So when we look at our revenue, we really have no control over our revenue. We have control over fees that we set, but these are very minor. So we do look at our fees for bus passes, meal prices, athletic and rental rates, but these really have a minor impact on our revenue budget. Most of our revenue is made up of property tax revenue. St. Louis County provides the property assessments. Missouri law restricts our revenue increases, and if we want to have any significant increase in property revenue, it requires voter approval. On the expenditure side, we have a little more control, but with our enrollment growing, it's really difficult to control our expenditures when we have to add additional staff to maintain class sizes. We're also subject to rate increases each year from utilities, bus transportation, property insurance, so all of these typically go up each year. So with this scenario, 78 cents, this adds $10.4 million of additional revenue per year. And this doesn't start until the 16-17 fiscal year. So if we put something on the November ballot and if it's successful, that increase in revenue really doesn't start until the 2016 taxes, so our 2016-17 fiscal year. And so with that additional revenue, we know that will last for our 5-year operating cycle out to 2020-21, assuming we control our expenditure budgets and make sure that if you see it here, our total expenditure budget has to stay within this range each year. So ranging from an increase of 2.7 up to 3.1% increase. That's all our expenditure budget can really increase, assuming all of our revenue assumptions come in as projected. And so with those potential increases, we can maintain what we're currently doing. We can also have some additional funds for our instructional program improvements. These are some assumptions that I used in the projections, but these could change from year to year depending on the decisions that the board makes. So this is another scenario. This is what I would like to recommend.
While you're there, Mike, if you could go back. And I know after the workshop, we said, can you go back and sharpen your pencil on the 81 cents? With the understanding that from the public surveys, we heard basically 4 things. That we want to maintain class sizes, the community wants to pay our teachers well and competitively, we want to maintain high quality schools and continue to be a high achieving school district,